speakers who are going to be speaking on three major areas of our journey to a fully funded scholarship. And the speakers are Mr. Mubarak Olojo, as we have seen in the flyer. We have Miss Ayomide Kazim and Miss Inkechi Kingsley. So for the first session, we are going to be having Mr. Mubarak Olojo, and he's going to be doing justice to the question of how to plan your undergraduate journey in a way that helps you easily transit to a fully funded scholarship. For most undergraduates, you have this question in your mind, okay, how do I move from this perspective of being an undergraduate to a fully funded scholarship, be it a master's degree or even a PhD? Some people even believe that it's more or less like something that is not possible. How can you have HND and from HND you fly fiam to PhD? So it feels confusing and it feels so surreal actually. So I'll be bringing in Mr. Mubarak Kolojo now. He's been in the studio with us since he started, and Mubarak Kolojo is joining the session now. And for those who already know, Mubarak is currently studying at the Louisiana State University. His focus is on PhD mechanical engineering. So please, Mubarak Oloju, you have the room to present yourself and then please take us through. So he's our number one scholar on the call today. So so please, Mubarak Oloju, you can unmute yourself and let us know what you have for us today.
Okay, good day, everyone. As I have said, my name is Mubarak Olojo. I'm a graduate of Lagos State Polytechnic Mechanical Engineering. I'm currently doing my PhD in Louisiana State University Mechanical Engineering, to be precise. I'm working in the microcombustion laboratory, and we'll be doing research on biofuel. So basically, that's just the overview of my profile at the moment. So the question what I'm supposed to do just is on how to plan your undergraduate life. So being an undergrad, especially in the with HND background, it's very, very tedious. Your mentality, you feel like, oh, is this achievable? Yeah, it is achievable. It is. So I would like to start. Our HND is we have limitations in Nigeria. Yeah, that's certain. Well, there are limitations in the US too, but we have a lot of opportunities. No professor has asked me if I had HND or BSc. No, as long as you have a 4-year degree, then you are good to go. So, and our HND qualifies to be a 4-year degree, which is the 2 years for undergrad, and the other 2 years, the 2 years for ND, and the other 2 years for HND. That is how it qualifies to be a 4-year degree. If you have a 5-year degree, which is your bachelor's, is fine too, but they don't actually matter. And no, the school has not said, oh, because I have HND, I should come and take a course, a prerequisite course that will allow me to take another course. No, if you have bachelor's, if you have HND, we are doing the same. If you are in the same research area, we are doing the same course throughout. No discrimination, nothing of such. So, planning your undergraduate life, it's very, very important if you are to embark on this journey. Very, very important. I can say it's the most crucial step of all, because your CGPA is very, very crucial. So planning the undergraduate life, basically you need some things to build up your portfolio, your profile, so that you can, have a good profile for graduate school. Yes, you should need you should have a good profile, because getting a good CGPA, a good research area, and of all, that is the most important. And your professors that you work with, your lecturers, your department doctors and all, they are very, very crucial in this process too. So how to plan your undergraduate life? I'm sure most people are already in their second year or third year, or probably even, graduated already. Well, if you have graduated with upper or lower or distinction, there's no limitation to that. You just have to do extra work. For example, the kind of work, the amount of work you can do for someone that has lower and compared to someone that has the distinction, you have to do a, like a tedious work compared to someone with distinction. So basically, the very first thing you need to do is to set up your academic goals. Your academic goals, setting up your academic goals is very, very important. You need to like, oh, for my HND, I need to have like a 4.0 over 4.0. It is very, very crucial. And your research area, depending on your research interest, you need to develop a research interest. So I really wish I had this opportunity of somebody telling me the research interest I should go when I wanted to do my final year projects during my undergrad. If I had someone that had told me, oh, Mubarak, this is where opportunity lies for a mechanical engineering guy. So just dive deep in this research area and you have better opportunities. I really wish I had someone to tell me that, because for your particular field that you are, there are particular benefits or particular research areas that is very, very crucial in that department. So and setting your academic goals, your research area is very, very crucial. And also, in order for you to achieve a very good CGPA, obviously you have to study. Very, very important. It's the most crucial of all, having a good CGPA. So other things like join for volunteering and joining organization. Yeah, when I was in my undergrad, I was the financial secretary of the Faculty of Engineering. It is very, very important. It's part of your portfolio, it's part of your profile. When they see that you have a leadership skills, it's very, very important that yes, you display the qualities of a leader. Because in the lab that you'll be working, the professor you'll be working with, your quality as a good leader matters in that aspect. And also, you need to like balance the activities of the social life and the academic life. They are two different things. You need to balance them up. I would like to talk a little bit about CGPA. CGPA is okay. I came across something recently. Like there are some particular schools in the US that they will waive your application fee for you, and waive some other things for you just because you have a very high CGPA in your undergrad. So your very high CGPA in your undergrad has already paved some way for you, and you just have to do just little or much effort, and you are there. So, but for someone with a 2.2 or a 2.1, yeah, you have that opportunity, but you have to look for it. Like very, very tedious work to look for it, and it is it is very, very crucial for you to do that. So, doing your undergrad, one thing is important. You need to have a detailed structure for your study. You need to develop a strategic methods for studying, because this will affect you a lot. And I feel like it's very, very important. So I want to say something about you know something about the academic and how you transition into the graduate school. When I first arrived here and I received my first class, I wanted to just go back to Nigeria, because the academic environment, the academic structure is very, very different from way back home in Nigeria. So you as a person need to be mentally prepared. I'm going for a PhD program. You have to be mentally prepared. Like I got here and I was laughing after my first class. Like, sure, I will not go back to Nigeria like this. And these are courses that we've done in our undergrad, and you know, when you look at yourself and you look at other countries that are here, people from India, Bangladesh, you realize that you're not different from this guy. This guy might be from India, might have received the best education, but yet I have received the best education too, in one way or the other. And the very good thing about it is how develop your study habits from your undergrad, which is the most crucial aspect of all. So during your undergrad, you need to maintain a very, very good relationship with your supervisor, especially your project advisor during your final year. That person holds a very, very key, how like a key to your journey. Your undergraduate supervisor. It is very, very important for you to have a good relationship with your undergraduate supervisor and other professors or lecturers that can attest to your academic capability while you're in your undergrad. Those things are very, very crucial to work with. And with that, I believe you're good to go if you're able to achieve all these I've listed. So aside from that, I would say that a recommended CGPA for, like, if you want to be very, very extraordinary and you feel like you want to be very, very good with your work, so you should have at least a 3.5 to 3.8 CGPA in your undergrad. And that one is a lot of work, and it's something you have to do. Start working on it, develop yourself, um, academically, mentally, socially. It's everything affects and boils down to your CGPA. And one other thing I would like undergrads to do while you are in your undergrads, you have a lot of time ahead for preparation of your graduate journey. Softwares matters. Learn softwares. Like if you're in engineering, learn SolidWorks. If learn Python, learn programming. Those things are very, very, like, you need to be very, very know how to use them very well. I got here and I started learning some things. You have to, because these are just basic things you learn, you do, just to make your research go further. For example, we have a 3D printing machine in our lab. I've never seen that before. It's just a mini 3D machine, and we use it to print parts for our research. Just go use SolidWorks to do the design, then go ahead with the printing so that you can make the research move forward. Imagine you don't have the skills of SolidWorks and you don't even know how to print on the 3D machine. You have to start, you draw the research back. So equipping yourself with this knowledge of softwares and programming is a very, very good way, and you're good to go with that. I believe you should be fine, and I wish everybody success. So that will come to
Okay,
the
yes.
conclusion of my.
Okay. Olojo Mba, that's Olojo Mba for you. And thank you. That's a very short and actionable presentation. From the presentation, you've been able to set the tone for anybody thinking of um, getting into the postgraduate study through the HND pathway. And I like the fact that you established that it is not only in Nigeria that the HND is a challenge. It can also be a challenge outside Nigeria, depending on where you are coming with. Although your what's called your performance is much more on the side of outside Nigeria than here in Nigeria. So what they are more
Yes,
keen about is, can you do it? Can you deliver? Can you get it job done? And that is it for them. And
exactly.
beyond then, I think you mentioned some very key items that needs to be taken care of. Setting the academic goals right from your day in your undergraduate days, so you don't waste time and sit back and think that, okay, when you just come out with anything, you can jump on the train and then you're going to get it on a platter of gold. So also you mentioned having a research area, and how that can effectively impact your possibility of getting a very good scholarship program. Then you also mentioned showing that you have that leadership competence, participating in leadership programs, leadership activity, volunteering,
Yeah,
and other areas like that. So, and lastly, you mentioned the idea of the technology part of whatever you're studying. Know the software, know some of the tools that you make use of when trying to study, so that by the time you're able to blend these gaps together, even in your CV, your academic CV, your professor is seeing someone of high competence, high value, that he can convincingly work with. So that should be a
and
summary of what you have said so far.
yeah, and also maintaining a good relationship with your project supervisor,
Yes,
especially yeah, and your
that's true.
lecturers individually. Someone that can
It's
attest
true.
to your academic capability.
Mm, mm. That's an interesting one.
It is very,
So we
very
have
important.
some questions. Yeah. So we have some questions here. So I believe that most of the questions are bordered around, you mentioned something around having a CGPA of 3.5, 3.8, and
Recommendation.
oh,
Is
over here. So
so
I was going to point
it
to some
is
questions actually.
okay. So
So can you see?
basically
So
the
over
3.5
here we
and
have the issue of
3.8
okay, go on, go on, go on.
is over four. Is over four. 3.5, 3.
Yes.
Because majorly in the United States they use 4.0. So when I'm talking in CGP, I'm talking of 3.5 to 3.8 over 4. So one of the things that makes our HND very, very easy to access is this, because in Lagos State Polytechnic, to be precise, we work on the 4.0 scale. So when you present your academic transcripts to the school that you are going to, when they see it, they know, oh, it is 3.8 over 4, and you are good. Though it's not a must that you have this 3.5 over 3.8, but it's always good to set the target and get this CGPA very, very good. If you have a low CGPA, probably if you have graduated, yeah, it's not the end of the road. You just have to do, yeah, if you have a low grade, yes, but you just have to do extra work. Extra work. It's going to be tedious because there are guys in that same area that have very high CGPA. So now imagine you with a low CGPA. Though there are also other things you can use to compensate your CGPA, like to complement it, but it's always advisable if you are still in your undergrad. If you are still in your undergrad, I repeat again, if you are still in your undergrad, you can always aim for at least a 3.5 CGPA.
Okay, so there's a question here that what is the best GPA for those in the university? So
Okay, for if you are in the university, I met some university guys that they have about 4.4 to 4.3, 4.4. I have a particular guy in my department right now. Um, I think he graduated from OAU, Nigeria. I think he had a CGPA of 4.2, 4.2. So it's not a bad, it's not bad. It's 2-1, and I feel like if you are in the university, you can always aim for first class if you are still in your undergrad. But if you can get the very best CGPA you can get, try and do that. But 4.2 is not bad.
Okay, so this will be the last question that we'll take, so I can move on to the next discussion, which is
Okay.
going to involve
What are the things you
your
can do to
exam.
compensate for low grade?
Low
Well,
grade, yeah.
uh, I'm very sure that question I don't want to answer that, but I believe
Okay,
there's still somebody that will do justice to that very well.
okay,
So in
okay,
what our next presenter will do.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
there are a
That's
lot of
awesome.
things
That's
actually.
awesome. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so that is it for us with Mbao Kolucho. Is he gonna be in the session so that by the time we have the general timeouts we can ask and possibly we'll be having some insights to share with us. So let's quickly move on to the next speaker who is Ayomide Kazim. So Ayomide Kazim is doing the justice to the topic on how to prepare your graduate school admission documents. So before people are beginning to salivate, let me remove Olojo so that people don't start seeing your drinking and they are salivating on on the live session. So yes, so